What?
It all starts with this. A jewel containing the ultimate power.
That's the Chaos Emerald! Now I know what's going on. Military has a shaken me for the like of you. So, where do you think you're going with that emerald? Say something, you fake hedgehog!
Chaos control!
Chaos Emerald to warn Shadow.
I'm the world's ultimate life form. Farewell.
What is it?
Alright, welcome back to Sonic Adventure 2. We are in the egg quarters, or whatever this level's called. Yeah, it's the egg quarters. I literally just saw it on screen. I was talking in the beginning of this series how there was a point on the Dreamcast where I stopped playing because I got a GameCube, and I never finished the game past that point. This is that point. This was the exact level I vividly remember playing when one afternoon my mom told me that I was going to my grandmother's house and that I needed to stop whatever game I was playing. And then when I got there, there was a GameCube there with the movie tie-in Spider-Man game already running on it, and Sonic Adventure 2 was there as well. So after that point, I never went back and finished the Dreamcast version, because why would I? I've got a brand new Nintendo game console with a Sonic game on it. That's weird. How'd that happen? So yeah, this was like a full circle moment for me, where I, after this point, finally finished Sonic Adventure 2 on the Dreamcast. It was years in the making, and it just felt good to put something like that from my childhood behind me finally. I did sell, I think, all of my Dreamcast games. No, the only one I didn't sell was Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Shuffle. I think I got rid of Sonic Adventure 2, probably because the DX version of Sonic Adventure 1 didn't come out for like a couple of years, I think. So I held on to that one, but not too long after that my Dreamcast broke, so I wasn't able to use that. So it didn't really even matter. But I still have my original copy of Sonic Adventure and Sonic Shuffle. But a couple years ago, I think it was 2019, yeah, it had to have been 2019, because that was before everything shut down. I went to Too Many Games with my friend Hank, and when we were there, I saw there was one booth that was selling it complete in box. It was the jewel case, the manual, the front of the case, so the artwork was in there, and was selling it for $50, which is an incredibly low amount for this game. You know, you'll see this game online for like $80. Sometimes it'll be just the disc, like $80. So I scooped that up in a heartbeat. Also, we were there on my birthday, so I remember I went to go buy Sonic Adventure 2, and Hank just disappeared. I was like, that's weird, where'd he go? And he ended up, while I was buying that, he bought me Yakuza 2 for the PS2, because that was the only game in the series that I hadn't owned to that point. You know, I played Kiwami 2, but I did not have Yakuza 2 on the PS2, so that was cool. I walked away with a couple games there. I also found the Sonic Mega Collection on GameCube for, like, I think $30, which was, again, incredibly reasonably priced. Let me see what that runs on eBay. Some of these, the prices fluctuate on them, like, day-to-day basis, but both of those games I feel like were fairly expensive at a certain point. Sonic Mega Collection, GameCube. I hope I can get this before the cutscene starts. Okay, it's only $20. Sonic Gems collection, however, that's a lot more rare, I'm pretty sure.
Like me?
Yeah, Gems collection's like $50.
It's a space transporter. The destination has been set to Ark. Wasn't that space colony shut down over 50 years ago? What's he doing up there anyway? Doesn't matter. It's my mission to find out what he's up to.
Okay, bye-bye. So yeah, this is another fantastic level, and this is the one where Eggman gets the boost.
Space colony Ark. I have to locate the central control room that Shadow mentioned before he left.
There's definitely a whole lot more, like, talking before the missions in the Dark Story. I don't think I ever really noticed that. Like, before the level actually starts properly, Eggman or Rouge will just, like, say something to themselves. All of the Ark levels in the Dark Story are, like, 1,000 times better than, I think, the one level that Tails has. Eggman's got a couple, and they're both a lot of fun. This is the lesser of the two, but man, the music is so good. I guess there's technically 3 if you want to count the final level, Cannon's Core, but you know, I don't really consider that like an Eggman level or a Tails level because that's an everybody level. Again, the way that the music just shapes the levels is so good. Like, Eggman here, it's still an Eggman... That was bullshit. It's still an Eggman level, clearly, but it's in space, it's a little bit more sci-fi, it's a little bit more ethereal, it's got a little bit more unique instruments. It's very cool. The game is cool, folks. And as I said, there were a couple levels in this game that I had to like redo a couple times before I got like a satisfactory run through. It was only like a couple select levels. You'll know them when you see them. This one obviously wasn't one of them because I picked up the upgrade, but I was shocked to see how much of this game really is muscle memory for me, like remembering exactly what to do, where to go, how to do it. Just it's like second nature to me, even though I before this hadn't played this game since 2015. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but what you want to do in these levels is lock onto as many enemies as you can. For a big points bonus, you'll get yourself a nice bonus, as they would say in Resident Evil 5. But I think the maximum amount you can get before you start getting no points is 7. So as soon as you lock onto your 7th enemy, then start attacking, because otherwise, like the 8th and 9th, 10th, those enemies won't count. I'm not someone who's ever played this game for score, as you can probably no doubt tell. But it's just not interesting to me. This game doesn't really... You can unlock that Green Hill Zone level, which I've never played, because again, I've never gone out of my way to care about any of that. The only games that I've really ever cared about the score in is like Generations and Colors and stuff like that. Forces is too easy to get good ranks in, and I guess Unleashed as well. So it's more the modern games that I care about the score. These I really don't. I just like to play these levels. And I guess for as bad as the game is, it is still fairly easy to get... Not fairly easy, but it's easier than you would think to get a good rank in Sonic 06. I feel like quite a lot of levels in the playthrough that I did got S ranks. It's a fairly short level, too. I feel like a lot of Tails' levels goes on way too long. I hope I get an A rank as Eggman, because his A rank quote is amazing. Nope, it ain't that one.
Wasn't so difficult.
I think I do at one point get his A rank.
been waiting for you, Doctor. Now, I will show the glorious achievement of what the world's leading scientist, Professor Gerald, has created. The Ark was the first space colony created by mankind. Not many people know that the Ark contained a top-secret research facility where weapons of mass destruction were being created. This is one of them, a weapon capable of destroying an entire planet, codenamed the Eclipse Cannon.
Destroying an entire planet? Was this my grandfather's legacy?
But it's been deactivated for some time now. To reactivate it, large amounts of energy are necessary.
Oh, so that's why we needed the Chaos Emerald.
Exactly. To reactivate the machine, we need the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Once you have that, then you have the ultimate power of destruction to use as you please. And then, the world could be yours.
Sounds like a plan. I like the way you think, Shadow. I will get the Chaos Emeralds, use the machine to dominate the world and build a
Do you
legacy
really
of my
think it will
own.
be that easy? I've got a great idea. How about making a deal?
Deal?
When you grabbed that huge emerald, you said something about a reaction. A reaction that it may have with the Master Emerald. Now, if you could just let me borrow that radar, I may be able to help you. What do you think?
If I do, what's in it for me?
I have an idea where the other Chaos Emeralds may be. It may not look like it, but do you know that I am a treasure hunter that specializes in all kinds of jewels?
Very well.
Okay then, it's a deal. I don't think we've been introduced. I'm Rouge the Bat, but you can call me Rouge.
Having to come back isn't my idea of a vacation. How can you be sure your intelligence reports are correct? Why would the Chaos Emeralds be here on the island? Are you absolutely sure?
Well, believe what you want to believe.
Very well, very well. Let's discuss how we are going to do this. I will go in first and distract the military troops, allowing you to sneak in the base without being detected. Then, Shadow will enter the Ark, where he will set the timer on these dynamite packs. Once that is in place, we will blow up the whole island and get away before anyone has a chance to know what hit them. Meanwhile, you'll have to sneak into the cargo area and grab the Chaos Emerald. That's a challenge for such a worthy treasure hunter as yourself, isn't it, Bad Girl? You only have 30 minutes to pull this mission off, and you only get one try, so don't fail me.
This is another banger of a level, although it is one of those that's clearly, you know, this is just Sonic's level. But I'm always curious to see which character got the level made first. Is it Eggman or Sonic? And you know, I guess it makes sense that there's so many Eggman levels because he is like the leader. But I really don't mind it. Like, if Tails got as many levels as Eggman did, or at least if he gets, like, the frequency of Eggman levels, I would probably be very annoyed. I don't know if I've mentioned this or not, but it is kind of funny to see how the health system of this got reworked into another game, like, way later on in the future. Like, if you get hit by an enemy here and you have no rings, that's not a death. Like it would be with other characters. You have a health bar on the bottom that gets filled up by rings. Just like the Werehog. unfortunately. Not a very good thing to reference here. I see a lot of people still talk about how like Sonic Unleashed is this big great game and how it was the last one that was like truly great. And I do still think, I've said this a couple times, that Unleashed was the last time that they tried. I still don't think Sonic Unleashed is a good game. It is half of a good game. The daytime levels rule, and I'm sorry, but the Werehog, it just sucks so badly, and the metal collecting is not fun. You know, I've seen a lot of people talk about it now, especially that it got an update on Xbox Series S or X, whatever the new Xbox is called. Can't get it straight, they have too many names. And I will admit, it does look great, like running in 60 frames a second, and it is one of those things that makes me want to almost consider getting a Xbox to play, you know, certain older games, you know, running better. But I also just don't want to play Sonic Unleashed again. Because that happens every time I want to go play that game. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to revisit a game that I have some fond memories of. You know, I enjoy the story in the game, the music's great, and the daytime levels seriously whip ass. But then I have to play the Werehog levels, and I have to collect medallions. And that's not good.
That was too close.
We'll get that quote of his at some point, I think.
Okay, everyone ready? Shadow.
I think there's a typo in this cutscene.
Oh, Sonic! I thought I'd never see you again, but I'm so glad you made it! You're not Sonic! Who are you?
No, maybe it's in the GameCube version. Because I remember "your" being spelled the incorrect way in one of these cutscenes. Yeah, no, there you go. Amy, you are timing is impeccable. There you go. I was right. Thank God that song stopped. So due to the fact that this is like a little bit later on in the story than Tails' version of this, it's slightly harder, but none of these are still that hard. I still like to brute force these and just like run at the character while shooting them, so I can shoot them and punch them at the same time. So just keep mashing buttons and eventually you'll beat Fox Boy. And here we go, one of the worst levels in the entire game.
I'm in position, Doctor. Tell me when.
There's been an unexpected delay on my end. There's no more time to waste. Set the timer for 15 minutes. Let's go, Rouge.
5 minutes should be plenty. Here I go.
No, Rouge, why would you do that? So yeah, the whole gimmick of this level is that we have 5 minutes to find 3 Chaos Emeralds. Which is cool. I like that the game switches it up. And instead of collecting Master Emerald shards, it's Chaos Emeralds. But the 5-minute timer is brutal. Imagine if Mad World or the other one. Why can't I think of Knuckles' level? You know, the 2 space levels. If they had time limits on them, they would be literally unplayable. And I remember this was one of those parts as a kid. Where it was just like controller throwingly annoying. I kept getting like right to the end and not having enough time. And it's all because Rouge herself says 15 minutes? Nah, 5 minutes. It's like, no, just take the 15, Rouge. Why are you doing this? However, this recording was probably the smoothest time I had ever had through this level. That happens a couple times in a couple of problem like levels where I just had like absolutely no issue with it for some reason. That was very close, by the way. I almost got murdered by that laser there. Now the game's like a survival horror. One more hit and I'm dead. I gotta start the whole thing over again. Very nerve-wracking. And there's no rings around here for some reason. So yeah, the switches thing I think just takes up too much time, and it's very annoying. The fact that you gotta go activate those like one by one. You can't I don't think you can activate them all at the same time, which is very annoying. There you go, there's a Chaos Emerald. It's a purple one. There is a difference, well I guess we'll get into that in the next video, but there is a difference in one of the cutscenes here where the Chaos Emeralds in all other versions other than the Dreamcast are not present in the scene. So we're gonna get some exclusive Chaos Emerald content. And yeah, this was pretty maddening. I couldn't quite figure out where this last one was. The tip that I use for all the treasure hunting levels applies to this one especially. If you cannot find a Chaos Emerald like in the first minute, I would say restart the level and try and get a better positioning of the Chaos Emeralds. A really good way to do that is to restart a level, and if you get a ping instantly, like without even moving, then you are good to go. So now we gotta turn off the doors for the yellow section. This was another one of those levels that was just absolutely maddening to edit when Hank was playing this. Because again, it was not his fault. He played very well through most of the treasure hunting levels, but this one, it kept cutting down to like the very last second. I remember one of the recordings that we had, literally I think he was about to grab it and it just time overed, which was not good. It was very bad, in fact. And I was, you know, really hoping that that was not going to happen again. This is maybe her most Bayonetta song, by the way, too. I've said a couple times that Rouge's levels are basically, you could put her music over them, over a Bayonetta fight, and no one would know the difference. This is probably the most accurate for that. It's going to explode! Thank you, Eggman. This, I was literally getting, like, my palms were sweaty. Like, I literally was like, oh my god, I'm running out of time. How am I gonna get back up there? I gotta search, like, 5 more of these doors. And then I went to the wrong floor. I couldn't figure out where I was supposed to be. This was not, I was not doing good here. I was not having a normal one. You could literally, like, see me freaking out in real time. And I just have to hope one of these has it. There you go.
I got it!
Well, with that nerve-wracking level out of the way, we are now done with this video. And I'll see you in the next one.
It's all too easy for me.